Welcome to Love and Money, the podcast of prosperityullc, where we discuss what's happening to us, and what can we do about it. In this episode, we will discuss the Biden versus Trump election, Keke Palmer clapback, and Pharrell's new hotel. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. And if you appreciate the show, go ahead and show it in CASHAPP at prosperityullc. But before we go in, let's take a moment to invest in the brand. Climbing Wall Street 2.0 builds upon its predecessor with a simple new strategy for stock trading that anyone can apply. This quick but priceless video tutorial imparts a key life-changing principle that will revolutionize your life and provide steady profits to your stock portfolio. Take the time to take the knowledge. Be financially disciplined and let this new strategy grow your portfolio.
Do that freaky jam on the beat. Shitty with that butter shit, that bone feed. Did you dip it, did you double do that song sing? Flicky with some butter, sip that song sing. If you cheeky cheddar check, I get her own cheese. It's a chicken with that head or this bitch that won't be with the official with that whole skis. Bloody feet, you said the wish that with that long I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. You a badass bitch. That don't get swallowed in that fat ass bitch. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks.
Welcome to our temperature check segment where we discuss current events. Biden won. I'm not even gonna call it the election anymore. Biden won. I have some things to say. I don't have a lot to say about it. Let's consider this, okay? In a democracy, you're only allowed 2 terms, right? Obama in 2016, Obama finished his 2nd term, so he wasn't. I'm pretty sure we probably would have voted for him for a 3rd term, just cause. But you know, democracy keeps things fair, and that's what we love about democracy, right? Oh well, that's what some of us living in a democracy love about democracy. It is a checks and balances. It keeps things fair. And so a vacuum was filled. You had a lot of poor, uneducated white Americans who were pretty much bigots and felt as though and could not stomach the knowledge of 8 years of a black president, right? They just couldn't stomach it. It just pissed them off. And there were no other pressing issues in the world today more pressing than trying to get a black man out of office, right? that was all they cared for. And it was more of the same in 2016. And I don't even who did he run against? Doesn't even matter. But here comes this reality TV star, and it was supposed to be one big joke. It was supposed to be just a promo run. You know, you're a billionaire, why not? And then out of who would have thought that this arrogant, narcissistic, showman salesman would appeal to so much of America on a political level. Now, whatever this man speaks, and I call him this man because he was never worth my attention, but for the sake of the podcast, I had to report on him because, you know what I'm saying? But now that that's over, I call him this man. Whatever this man says from a business perspective, from a real estate perspective, to me is gospel. You know what I'm saying? When you flip 10 mil to 10 bill, I'm gonna listen to you. You feel me? Regardless of whether it was handed down to you from your dad or not. It does, some people are crazy, but they're not stupid. Most crazy people ain't stupid. They just crazy, but they're not stupid. But when it comes to politics, that's no business and politics are two different things. Business is the politics of money, whereas politics is the politics of people. You know what I'm saying? You can't treat people the way you treat money. And this is what this man tried to do for 4 years after 2016. You know, he divided people and I know his team were egging him on with it. You know what I'm saying? The divisive language, the vague divisive language, where it's like it's ambiguously interpretive. You know, or it can be interpreted ambiguously. You know what I mean? That kind of language. You know, he was very, very keen on it, and he hearkened to it a lot in his tactics, in his verbal tactics. And it wasn't the healthiest for a nation. And here comes a pandemic, a whole pandemic, and a virus. Like who could ask? Like, some people say it was planned. You know what I mean? But I hate to sound this way. I hate to be dark about it, but you know, the media, like I said, like I had been saying, if you go back to my podcast, I think like the single digit numbered, or maybe around like after episode 6, maybe, where that was when I started covering the pandemic heavily. And I mentioned the demographic of the people who it was killing off. I can't help but to wonder how much of that demographic that the virus was targeting, elderly, white, you know what I'm saying? Middle America. How much of the people that virus was targeting were his supporters? You see what I'm saying? I hate to sound that way. But statistics are statistics. And you could skew them, you could twist them, you can fudge them a little bit, but statistics are just statistics. You know what I'm saying? They don't lie. You can use them to lie, but they don't lie. You know what I'm saying? You can't make up numbers of dead people. Like that's just not gonna work. You know what I mean? And so this virus swoops in, and as a means to an end in refocusing the country. And then, you know, with all of the economic backlash and downturn, we have a whole riot incited by the media purporting, you know, a man getting a knee in his neck for 9 minutes. And, you know, this goes viral, and it incites, well, I think Minneapolis had enough, and that enough that Minneapolis had kind of sparked the rest of the country. You know, the riots led to the protesting, and then the protesting led to the riots, and vice versa. And it was all a necessary evil to combat evil. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can't always fight fire with water. You gotta fight fire with gasoline. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fight fire. Yeah, you gotta fight fire with gasoline. You gotta incite. It has to become worse before it can become better. You gotta let it burn it all down in order to build it back up. You know what I mean? And that's what they did in Minneapolis, as well as many parts of the country. And yeah, you know, and this is all 4 years of insidiousness and divisiveness and manipulative language and insightful language or instigationary. I don't know if that's a word. Instigationary type language. You know, dismissing racial compassion, the dismissiveness, dismissing racial compassion, and coddling and vaguely subliminally supporting bigotry. You know what I'm saying? This is what it culminates to. And the timing could not be better. The timing could not be better. You know what I mean? In an election year. In a freaking election year, a pandemic and a riot and protesting all across the country in an election. That's the last thing any president needs. And so we get this breath of fresh air, this blue air, to this blue air covering up the red landscape that is Middle America, the central part of America. You know what I mean? And it's no wonder. It's a breath of fresh air. This election. Let's talk about now. So I summed up the movie. I summed up the movie that was these past 4 year, the 4-year term of this man. Right. I summed up that movie. So let's go into the actual election and the breakdown of the election. I had to watch a few TED Talks to understand why people, and maybe, I don't know if it was some TED Talks or just some other YouTubers, to understand why people would support someone like that man. You know what I mean? I'm like, because for 4 years, I was just like, okay, those people are stupid. They're just dumb. You know what I mean? I have yet to hear anyone give a concise, clear, reasonable explanation as to why they would support him. It's always it's always malicious sounding. Those people and those immigrants and these people and that people and those people. It's just always very malicious sounding and very fearful and fretful. Like everything's threatening you. Everything's a threat to your life, to your way of living. You know what I mean? And what you give is what you get. You know, if you give off this fearfulness and if you give off this maliciousness, that's what you get back. You get fear and maliciousness. And these people, I had posted it on my Facebook and asked about these kinds of people and where they stand, and most of it wasn't really standing on much. A lot of their stance was on ego, and the ego of being a white person in America. You know what I mean? And the ego of being perceivedly better than everyone else who's not like you. You know what I mean? And that kind of bigotry would have been the downfall of this country had that man gotten reelected, because it was everything is energy, everything is a frequency. It all builds up. It was no surprise that, like, in certain cities, in certain major cities, where a lot of the stores were boarded up again, preparing for another riot. You know what I'm saying? They boarded up again. So, it's no surprise. It's no surprise. Everything is an energy. Everything is a frequency and a vibration. And you vibrate on a certain frequency. You know, that polarity can swing one way to another and come right back at you. You know what I'm saying? And it would have been ugly. It would have been ugly. This man was pushing this country to a place that it didn't want to go. You know what I mean? It was about to be a Walking Dead type situation. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that was what we needed. You know what I mean? Because up until 2016, we had it good. Things was sweet. People complained. People dogged Obama. They did. They tried their darndest and nitpicked and grasped at as many straws as they could grasp. But we had it good. We had it sweet while that man was in office. Please. You know what I mean? And I'ma always give him his props because he got rid of Osama. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'ma always give him his props. If you know me personally, you know that affected me directly. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to say any more. But yeah, I digress. You know, So yeah, so this election wasn't so much about, you know, electing Joe Biden. It was more so about getting that man out of office. You know what I mean? That's what it was all about. That's what it was all about from day one. And they probably know it. They're probably sure of it. You know what I mean? We dog Joe Biden about his political past, you know, and the bills and the laws that he supported and passed, you know, that affected the black community. And he worked very diligently to restore that. And I think it was very strategic that he would sit behind Obama in 2008 as well as 2012. It was very strategic. They saw this. You know, this is why they say that the president is already chosen. It's not that he's already chosen. It's just that the pieces are in place. That's what it really means. He's not already chosen. It's just that the pieces are in place. It's just up to, now that everything's lined up, it's just up to the democracy to go to work. You know what I'm saying? And it's up to for the people to enforce the democracy. You know what I'm saying? By going out there and voting. You know? We paid special attention to the vote counting this year, and I like that. We paid more attention to it this year than ever because we learned from 2016. You know what I mean? Of how it can be either tampered or altered or manipulated. You know what I mean? It's just so striking that so many people still voted for that man. It's still, like, the country was literally, I mean, you know, when you talk about the popular vote and the electoral vote, right? The popular vote is just the actual votes. Because I always used to hear popular vote. I'm like, what popular vote? I voted. I don't know what we talking about popular vote. There's another vote I need to vote for? Like, dang. What you talking about popular? But ultimately, it was the popular vote is just basically the tally of all the votes. And it wasn't a landslide, but it was a great margin. It was a big margin that Biden voted for by. But when you, it was just that the electoral college was so close. And I think as I'm recording this, they're recounting Georgia. And this is the turn of America, because Georgia has been known to be red, like mahogany, chocolatey, cherry, you know, apple red. You know what I'm saying? So for Georgia to flip, like it shows you how the country is changing and how, because, okay, when we talk about the change, right? Republicans are known to be, and this is all after World War II, because World War II pretty much changed the political landscape of this country. You know, because there was the Civil War, which changed the political landscape of the country, and then there was the World War II that changed the political landscape. So this is all in the post-World War II world that we live in. Republicans are known to be pretty conservative, sometimes almost bigot-like. I say bigot-like, not necessarily bigots, but bigot-like in their perceptions and dealings in politics, you know, and the way they perceive people, and you know, and bigot as far as economics and the working class and all those kind of things. Whereas Democrats are known to be a little more progressive and just overall progressive and liberal. You know what I mean? About how, you know, about people. Because remember, we're talking about the politics of people, not the politics of money. You know? And so yeah, for Georgia to be so split like that, it shows where the direction that this country is going. This country is becoming a more liberal, progressive, not necessarily liberal, but just more progressive country. I just don't see, but for still, even though the popular vote was so high, in the same way that it was so high for Hillary, It's just, the electoral, and I think the Electoral College kind of keeps things fair. Well, I wouldn't say that. I can't say that because, certain states that are less populated, it would seem fair to just say, okay, if you win the popular vote, you should win the presidency, right? But that's overall across the country. So we're not considering, we're not necessarily considering. I digress. Yeah, I think it should be. Yeah, I'm trying to process it. I'm trying to find a way to objectively justify the existence of the Electoral College, and it just doesn't add up for me. Like in my brain, I'm trying to think, like, why does the Electoral College exist? You know what I'm saying? Okay, certain states have more representation than others because of the particular population, so on and so forth. And I guess, but like if you just think the entire country popularly voted for this person, they should be elected president. That just makes more sense to me. Yeah. So yeah. Because under that logic, Hillary should have won 2016. You see what I'm saying? Under that logic. But let's talk about Middle Central America. And surprisingly, Wisconsin is blue now. Wisconsin is blue, surprisingly. Michigan is blue, I think. Yeah, I think Michigan is blue. And this is the blue wall that they talk about. But Central America, like, what is wrong with you people? You, like, Central, like if you are, like, yeah, so, okay, so referring to the TED Talks, right? Yeah, these people's reality is a lot different from the rest of the country. Like I said, these people, they're poor, uneducated, and white. And if you talk about white privilege in America, white privilege is always a thing, right? White privilege has always been a thing, and so it's like I think I forget who said it, but it's like if you're born into a privilege and that privilege isn't working for you, you tend to blame everyone else other than yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's hard to take blame or not even, because a lot of poor people, it's not even their fault that they're poor. You know what I'm saying? It's just the hand that they've been dealt. You know what I'm saying? Because no one asked to be poor. It's just how do you deal that hand after that hand is dealt to you? That's what matters. And a lot of those people feel as though Trump is how they deal that hand. You know what I mean? They feel first of all, a lot of these people, they live in a part of the country where everyone in 100-mile radius is just like them. You know what I'm saying? Like when there's such a lack of diversity, your perception is so far skewed. You know what I mean? I had my very first roommate ever in my life was from Idaho, and he hadn't met a black person up until he was about 15. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, your perception is very, very skewed, and it's almost no surprise why these people would vote for that man, for a man like that, who's so bigotous and divisive. But it doesn't sound like bigotry to them when that's how their grandfather sounded at the dinner table, that's how their dad sounded at the dinner table, that's how their teachers sound at school. Their social studies teacher sounds at school, and how their pastor, sound at church. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't sound divisive and bigot-like when it's all you've known. you know what I'm saying, all your life, you know, for however many decades of your life. You see what I'm saying? So when you really, really think about it, it's not of that much of a surprise why these people would vote for someone like that. So why so many of these people in such a region of this country, you know what I'm saying, would vote for someone like that. And so, yeah, but I still think the popular vote should matter. I think we need to get rid of the Electoral College still. Just mathematically, it just sounds fair. If everyone votes, if every single American votes, whoever has the most votes should win. Like, I don't see the sense in that. Maybe someone who's a lot more politically astute than I am can verify that for me, but mathematically it just doesn't make sense. So yeah, so with all this 4 years of insidiousness, you know, it sparked a wave. It sparked a counterwave catalytic wave of support for Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? You know, they tried it with Kanye. And Kanye is a whole nother story. I think he has enough money and he's determined and crazy enough to keep knocking on that door. You know what I mean? And I think yeah, he'll keep knocking on that door. He's not gonna stop. You know what I mean? Like, and then the fact that we're making such a mockery of him is gonna drive him even more. You know what I mean? He's not gonna stop. He's gonna keep knocking at that presidential door. You know, he has the money to do it too. So yeah. But what was I talking about? But yeah, the 4 years of insidiousness kind of drew up a wave, and you know, we knew we had, yeah, I think a lot more people were a lot more motivated, you know what I'm saying, to get him out, to get that man out of office, and to put as much stock into Joe Biden enough to get that man out of office. And that was it's sad that that's what it took to get black people to vote. You know, because that's really what did it. Black people got up and voted for the first time in a long time. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that it takes a bigot and it takes a bigot politician to make black people wake up and say, okay, we can't have this. So like and I'm pretty sure a lot of the people, oh, my vote don't count, it don't matter. They gonna elect who they gonna elect. It is what it is. Like, I think a lot of those people were the ones who said, oh shit, like, you know what? I can't take that chance. Let me get out there and put my bid in just in case. You know what I'm saying? For those people, I think I had one person come into my inbox. I did a little Insta story about, you know, saying what I'm saying now is like, look, this is what happens when black people get up and vote, right? And yeah, I had an idiot come in my inbox. And for you mystical, magical, mythical idiots who think that your vote doesn't count, how is voting actually hurting you? Like, even if your vote did not count, how does getting out and voting hurting you? You're not knocking the system. You're not bucking up against anything. You're just being dumb. You're just sitting at home and being stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all you are. Like, you're just dumb. You're just dumb. You know what I mean? The worst thing is a dumb person who thinks they're smart, or who thinks that they can outsmart everyone else. That's the ugliest thing to me. You know what I mean? But yeah, these mythical, magical, mystical, my vote doesn't count. My vote doesn't count, people. If your vote doesn't count, then your life shouldn't count. You should just kill yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you're stupid. You're dumb. But anyway, this election was the cool kids ganging up on the bully. That's all this was. This was the cool kids ganging up on the bully, saying, you know what I mean? Like, listen, you know what I mean? You had your little run. You had your fun. You know what I'm saying? Now pick up your little toys and move along. You know what I'm saying? We ain't standing for this. This was the cool kids ganging up on the bully. And I forgot to mention this. So yeah, I think central white, poor, uneducated America. Why do you fear extinction so much? Why like they see all of this progress and they see all of this change and acceptance, and they get so afraid and they talk, their bigotry is so loud, and you know, people only yell when they're afraid. Why do you fear extinction? You know what I'm saying? Like, for a long time, a lot of racism in this country wasn't just a culture of racism, it was a religion. Racism for a lot of white people was a religion, or is a religion for a lot of especially the poor, uneducated white people. It's a religion for them. You know what I mean? They revolve so much of their life around hatred. You know what I mean? It's sad. It's sad. And yeah, they need not fret, you know, because like how strong is a country divided? How strong is it? You know what I mean? Funny point. I saw somebody post a meme. Oh, you know the memes are gonna be sick. The memes are gonna be out of control. But I saw somebody post a meme making a pun on the show, the Lovecraft Country show, and they and in the show there was a book called The Safe Negro Travel Guide, and they showed the electoral map and showed the new 2020 Safe Negro Travel Guide. That was funny to me. That was so freaking funny to me. But yeah, people are gonna think how they think, the only way they know how to think. It's just important that, you know, we as a country show those people how to think differently. You know what I mean? You know, hatred, you know, they say hatred is learned, right? So we need to re-educate and we need a re-education on thinking. I think that's what this country is fighting over and suffering from. We've never been taught how to think, and that's why the education industry is revolutionizing. You know what I mean? Because we're getting smarter about how to think. And you know, those who are stuck in their ways, you know what I'm saying, are stuck in the mud, they're just gonna die off and not matter. You know, like they say Black Lives Matter. Yeah, well, people who don't vote, lives don't matter, and people who refuse to vote, and as well as people who can't think, who don't know how to think, who are stuck thinking one way. Those people's lives don't matter. And that sounds ugly saying it the way I'm saying it, but hopefully you can get what I mean. Yeah. But kudos to America. Kudos to America for, you know, really you know, and those politicians who really help people register to vote, who were never registered before, and really, you know, the boots on the ground with it. You know what I mean? Like, kudos to them. Kudos to, you know, kudos to everybody behind the scenes, all of the politicians and wealthy individuals behind the scenes who are pushing this thing. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make it happen, and and not so much getting that man out of office, but just I think the key word they said was decency. Bringing decency back to American politics. You know what I mean? And it's not so much about more of the same. It's just decency. Like, okay, yeah, you know, bring a new energy, bring a new blood, right? But just be decent. Be decent about it, because you're not only representing America, you're representing America to the rest of the world. The world is watching. The world is watching. You know what I mean? And yeah. Yeah. I really believe that if that man would have gotten reelected, we would have got invaded. That's the only thing. With all that negative energy, that was the only thing I would have saw. I would have saw our shores being approached. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been, it would have been that kind of situation. You know what I mean? So I'm just glad, like, we're relieved. 2024 is going to be its own show. It's going to be its own little circus, because that man can run again. He only served one term, so he is capable of running again. I don't know if he would want to. I think it depends on the state of his ego and the state of his affairs. You know what I mean? It's because he is a businessman at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And so, but yeah, 2024 is going to be, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. And yeah, Kanye's not going to stop. Kanye is not going to stop. He's going to keep keeping on. He's going to keep pushing and keep knocking and pushing and knocking and pushing. Trust and believe. So we'll see what 2024 looks like. But right now, America did its thing. You know what I'm saying? Joe Biden is here. And can you feel a brand new day? Can you? Anyway, elevate your nuptials with Wedding in the Sky, with the Wedding in the Sky experience that lets you get married on a private jet at 30,000 feet. Now listen, if you ain't getting married at 30,000 feet, you ain't doing nothing. You hear me? Nothing. Yeah. A private jet company is offering $28,000 weddings in the sky as charter firms try to offset the loss of business travel, but can give couples a heavenly wedding in the clouds. Air charter service takes to be newlyweds on a flight for 2 hours in aircraft ranging from a heavy jet, the Challenger 850, which seats 16 people, to a 6-seat light jet. Standard amenities in each package include a chauffeured car to and from the departure airport of the couple's choosing, an on-board floral arrangement, and a selection of champagne, canopies, and personalized wedding favors, among others. Cutely, they have added a personal touch by including one of their own flight crew members to act as an unofficial officiant during the flight. Weddings in the Sky experience include all food and beverages and can be tailor-made for every couple's needs. If you're not looking for a party in the clouds, then there is a more intimate offering on the cards too. The Just the Two of Us elopement experience, which begins at $18,000. You can also work out a bespoke package that will allow you to pick up and choose a photographer, a wedding car of choice, a calligrapher to design the wedding programs, menus, place settings, and this shit is listen. Yo, who wants to get married? Come on, let's go, let's do this. Yo, this is lit. Like, and because let's keep it a buck. Most women don't really want to be married. They just want to have a wedding. So what could top this? Like, okay, you could pick let's say you wanted to go with the more expensive, you want to incorporate family and friends, right? So 16 people. Okay, great. So including you, right? So pick about 14 people that's closest to you. You know what I'm saying? And say, hey, let's get on the plane and we can celebrate the officiation of our relationship together. Right? Like who? Like you and the missus, you pick, 14 people, right? Okay, good. So I'm gonna pick 7 people and you pick 7 people. You know what I'm saying? Pick your mom, pick your dad, pick your favorite cousin, you know what I'm saying? Pick your little brother or your little sister. You be the, and you know what I'm saying? And then the bridesmaids, you can have like maybe 1 or 2 bridesmaids, right? Like, this is work. I sound too excited, don't I? I sound a little too excited, don't I? But like, this is lit. Like, I would not mind, like, like this is about pretty much how much people would spend on a wedding. You know what I mean? Like 20. Okay, let's say the most expensive package, $28,000. $28,000. That's crumbs compared to what some people spend on their weddings. They have to book. They gotta book the church. Then they gotta rent out the time in the church. Then they gotta book the whatchamacallit. Not the repast. I was about to say the repast. The reception. They got to book a DJ. They got to book a florist, a photographer. This all comes packaged. On a 2-hour flight. So they probably like flying around in circles, just killing time until they land. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it's gassed up. But yeah, that like $28,000 is crumbs compared to what some people spend on their weddings. So yeah, this is a great look. You know what I'm saying? You got to book a limo. You got to pay the driver. You got to tip the driver. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, come on. This would be dope. I want to do this. Who wants to do it with me? Call me. Inbox me. DM me. Something. Like, who wants to get married in the sky? Let's go. Let's fucking go. Pharrell Williams' posh new Miami hotel is all about good times and good vibes. The man who gave the world a pleasing song called Happy is set to launch his good time hotel in Miami Beach. The man is Pharrell Williams, who, in partnership with nightclub mogul David Grutman, is giving the down and dejected world a 266-room waterfront establishment that will be famous as a trendy and refreshing addition to the Miami hotel scene, oozing cool in every direction. Before we head into details about the 7-story structure, good karma, good food, good music, good environment, good vibration. All right. Come there one way and then you leave vibrating. We call it spiritual Wi-Fi. The 266-room hotel flaunts a 3rd-floor pool deck, lobby, lounge, eatery, outdoor workout area, recording studio, and 4,500 square feet of retail space. So that's smart. Yeah, you put a hotel and then put a little shopping district or shopping mall next to or inside the hotel. That's dope. So you know what I'm saying, you can get your shop on. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure he's going to put a BBC boutique in there. Like, come on. But yeah, like, that's dope. The place isn't all play. In fact, its Art Deco roots are sure to impress even the most persnickety person. Yeah, because, Wynwood is down the block. And if you know Miami, Wynwood is their art district. So yeah, that's heavy. That's dope too. That's going to attract a lot more tourists and traffic. The hotel's beautiful vibe is established owning to the original facade on the ground floor, coupled with fluted white columns on the remainder of the exterior. Landscape architect Raymond Jungles works his magic over the hotel with plenty of greenery throughout, forming what can be called a design-forward boutique hotel. Interior designer, Yeah, so Pharrell's having a new hotel. It's gonna be lit. Party at my room 112. You already know what it is. Yep, that right. So, but I think that's smart. Like to put retail shops, storefronts in your hotel. Like that's really, really smart. The whole one-stop shop experience is always a great, you can't lose with that, even if you may have some vacant spots, that rent money, you know what I'm saying, is just the income is going to be ridiculous. It's just going to cover up so much of your overhead. You know what I mean? But I think, yeah, it should be good. It should be good. I just hope that the hotel staff is treated remarkably. Especially your maids and your custodial staff too. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the backbone. That's what really makes or breaks your hotel. Is your custodial staff and your maid, and the housekeeping. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't got that, you ain't got nothing. The $148 Roku Smart TV from Walmart may be the best bargain for the holidays. Oh yeah, if you ain't start your Black Friday shopping already, like you missing out. This is COVID. Black Friday starts in November, period. Like this all November is Black Friday. Like come on, get with it. Walmart's Black Friday sales kick off extra early this year, like I said. And while shoppers can look forward to many great deals, one jumps out as truly extraordinary. It's a 55-inch TCL 4K Roku Smart TV for only $148. I think they got a 60-inch regular degular television, a 65-inch, yeah. Available exclusively online at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, November 11th. Black Friday is known for having the year's best TV deals. And there will be literally hundreds of TV sales and promotions vying for your attention in the coming weeks. So what makes Walmart's TCL TV deal so special? For a little perspective, a look back on the best TV deals of 2019, the cheapest 55-inch smart TVs were in the neighborhood of $250 to $300, and they were considered amazing values at the time. TCL, a low-price brand that gets good reviews and routinely, tops the Amazon best-selling TV list, pops up in many Black Friday ads. A year ago, the 55-inch TCL Roku Smart TV that's comparable to the one featured in Walmart's 2020 Black Friday sales could be had for $270. Okay, so yeah. So look on Walmart's website and get you a cheap-ass TV. I don't know. You could, if you find you like a lot of video game systems now. Like if you're one of those people who gets into video games, a lot of video game systems now are requiring, like for the best performance, they're requiring TVs that are capable of, I think, like 4K, and then there's more than 4K. Like this, I don't want to get into it. I think now 5K is the new thing now. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. But yeah, so when you go in cheap on these TVs, if you want to get your video games popping, you better make sure you check out the specs on these things and make sure you're getting your money's worth. I mean, yeah, it's cheap, you know what I'm saying? It's a good deal, you know, Black Friday, it's a good Black Friday deal, but what are you getting with that? I'm happy with what I got, you know what I mean? Like until they make it obsolete, until you know they do that whole that okey doke where, you know, oh, this TV too old, it ain't gonna work. You know, the video games ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? You gotta spend some more money, buy your new TV. So fuck it, right? Until that happens, I'm good with the TV I got. Like I don't know, these deals and these sales are cute, but I would urge people to just get what you need. You know, consumerism and capitalism, you got to be better than it. You know what I'm saying? And understand that you're just being herded. You know, they know how to get you. You know what I'm saying? So just be woke. Just be woke, guys. But yeah, get you a new TV for the cheap. $100 something. Come on now, you can't beat that with a bat. Go on and get it. Keke Palmer claps back at criticism of her interracial relationship. I'm not in the mood for pseudo shade, quote unquote. Keke Palmer was definitely not in the mood for fans hurling criticism her way regarding recent photos of her kissing her white boyfriend. Keke clapped back in a major way and let everyone know that what they think of her romantic life is none of her concern. So why are you posting pictures of you and your boyfriend? Like, this is the age we live in. Mind your business while I post on the gram. Like, come on. Mind your business. I'm gonna need for you to mind your business. Keke Palmer, last week, Keke Palmer posted a video of herself kissing a mystery man with the caption, "Rare footage of me in the process of becoming randomly suspicious of someone I trust because I struggle. I struggle with distinguishing reality from my crippling. Listen, you know the same way they tell athletes to shut up and dribble? Like, they need to tell these celebrities to just shut up and celebrity. Like, stop trying to be a spokesperson for this and that. Like, I know your fan base isn't intelligent enough is not intelligent enough, or they're gullible enough to hold on to your every word. But stop trying. You're doing that's not your lane, sweetie. Keke Palmer, really? While the guy in the video wasn't clearly identified, Keke has been linked to Dutch rapper and singer Stein since last year, and he closely resembles the man in the video that she was kissing. As expected, many of her fans were not happy about Keke being in an interracial relationship when she advocates so publicly for black people. I think that's very important too. When you want to be an advocate and an activist, your personal life counts. You know what I'm saying? Are you sleeping with the enemy? That's what people want to know ultimately. And it does look very hypocritical for you to be so pro one thing and be mixing. You know what I'm saying? It is very hypocritical. And that goes for anybody, especially Candace Owens, who should crawl back into her hole now that, her beacon has been snuffed out. You know what I mean? That's enough of her and her shenanigans. Please, thank you. We're done. Fast forward to the present, and she decided to post about the election. I see a lot of people living one way but voted another. This prompted a fan on Twitter to write, "Like you?" ? Shade. I love it. Yes. That's what Keke replied and let the fan know she didn't appreciate her comment. Aw. Sorry, sis, I'm not in the mood. Got him. Got him. Yes. Sit down, Keke. Sit down. It's no shade at all. Quote, it's no shade at all, love. I still rocks with you, but you kissing that colonizer, etc. just wasn't the move in this time right now. But again, if it's not that, then that's on me. I'm grown enough to admit that. I think that's what they were trying to say. The fan replied. However, Keke shut it all down, posting, "LOL, I'm sad this was what you chose to tweet about. God bless." Whatever. Yeah, you're hurt. She got you. And she gave you a come to Jesus. Sit down. It's all good. I love it. All right, boys and girls. You know what time it is. That's right. It's time for the internet to internet. Get your popcorn ready, relax, and enjoy.
Well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier to tell your kids character matters. It matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters. And it's easier for a whole lot of people. If you're Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happier to have babies snatched away or send dreamers back for no reason. It's vindication for a lot of people who have really suffered. The I can't breathe. That wasn't just George Floyd. That was a lot of people that felt that they couldn't breathe. Every day you're waking up and you're getting these tweets and you just don't know. And you're going to the store and people who have been afraid to show their racism are getting nastier and nastier to you. And you're worried about your kids and you're worried about your sister. And can she just go to Walmart and get back into her car without somebody saying something to her? And you spent so much of your life energy just trying to hold it together. And this is a big deal for us just to be able to get some peace and have a chance for a reset. And the character of the country matters. And being a good man matters. I just want my sons to look at this. Look at this. It's easy to do it the cheap way and get away with stuff, but it comes back around. It comes back around, and this is a good day for this country. I'm sorry for the people who lost. For them, it's not a good day, but for a whole lot of people, it's a good day.
If your girl does any of these following hand gestures, please reconsider you guys' future together for your safety. First off, we have the ratchet jazz hands. If she does this, arguing is fun to her. Arguing in her eyes is just a form of poetry. She is toxic. Next, we have the period hand. She is probably a City Girls fan, which is a caution itself. She's the type to believe just because she's louder than you, she won the argument. Hot Cheetos, iced tea, yeah. And lastly, we have the finger gun. Code red, mission abort. Shawties that use the finger gun do not care about you or your feelings. She will mentally, emotionally, and more than likely physically hurt you. Get out of there.
Stop for a sign. It's the reason why. You always on my mind. When you come around, I get shy when I see you. When I see you, baby, when I.
Unless you feel a little desperate, send her a text message, girl. Stop. Wait a minute.
For all y'all talkers up in here, it's time to keep it down right now. Shh. Shh, back at you. Shh. Why they acting already? It ain't nothing but the previews. Don't go in there. Lord, I'm having a heart attack. Damn, this is some scary shit. Oh, I am scared. Oh.
Excuse me?
I think I paid my money like everybody else up in here. That ain't no man. You can see her real hair right there. Mind. I know you better get out of my face. Out of my face. Out of my face. This is all me up in here. You handle that.
For the percolator. It's time 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 for the percolator. Percolator.
Will can't do it like you. And I love this shit. And I love this.
Are you marrying me? Why? So we could eat wedding cake. Is it chocolate cake? Who cares? It's this big and it got frosty.
Hours. Blessed be our new founding fathers.
Bitch, I hope the fuck you do. You'll be a dead son of a bitch, I tell you that.
Lord, I'm having a heart attack. Damn, this is some scary shit.
Yeah, don't play with that boy. He
is not one of them.
You know that. That shit. The rapper been talking about, yeah.
Not Sweetie, not Cardi B. None of those female rappers had this style.
Yeah, well, take a picture of the receipt like that boy Offset did. Take a picture of the receipt like Offset did.
Kind of like to be a
You worry about the wrong thing, man. Hey, Parlay. I'm finna call you right back. Boy, she love that shit, boy. Appreciate it.
What? That receipt says $500. There's 3 things on the fucking receipt. You got to have me in the streets looking crazy.
What you mean? I just bought that fucking burger. What you talking about?
This shit is not real.
What you talking about?
This is how much a real Birkin costs, Desi. $100,000, $50,000, $30,000. What the fuck you got?
Hold on, let me find the one I just bought you. Damn.
Find it, Desi.
Hold on. Let me call Parlay real quick and see how much there. Bro, how much you got there?
What's happening here?
Can I help you?
No. What kind of motor? You're driving a motorcycle up on the sidewalk? Where's your license? Are you old enough to drive?
This is just an electric bike. You don't need a license.
It's no.
Some of these kids are getting free lunches at school and they don't even eat it all. Wasteful. Jameson, baby, you want Mama to make you a sandwich the way you like it? No crust. I'll cut it off. Throw it away. If I see anybody get near our property, they're gonna hear about it. I'm like a human chihuahua. Get off my property! What do you mean Jameson's suspended? He is an A and B student. A lot of boys stab other students with scissors. That's fine.
I think you need to go.
Here,
no, this is not safe.
Get past you.
Kids, oh my God! Ow! Are you assaulting me?
No, you told me to go.
Oh my God! Are you?
Hey! You're crazy.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You can get it, my dear. $5 million home drop business, I swear. Yeah, I want your body, need your body. Long as you want it, you can get it, my.
You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Hit this deck. You about to lose your job. Cause you are detaining me for nothing. You about to lose your job.
Get the fuck out of my face.
They feel threatened by you and they don't want to be around you.
Oh, they don't?
No.
That's too fucking bad because I'm not just gonna leave.
Do you think you could apologize?
I'm not apologizing to that old bitch. Absolutely fucking not.
She's fucking
Fuck you! Now everybody's ganging up against me. For what? What the fuck did I do? I look you dead in the eye. I didn't do anything. I'm uncomfortable here now too. If these people don't think all of a sudden, oh, are you okay? I'm worried about your mental health and all this shit. Fuck all that. They never even wanted me here. And you know what? I'm glad that the truth comes out. But I bet you one thing, they're gonna have to get me evicted because I'm not just gonna walk off. I'm not a quitter.
Music, no one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power. The system broken, it's
Bring the beat back. Stop, I ain't ready yet. Wait, let me fix my hair. Yes. Yes, ma'am. No passing my dress. I think I'm ready.
Hey, yeah, can I get one of these? Okay, and how are you gonna be paying today? Okay, give me a second. All right, it's all there. Have a good one. Sir, I have to count everything. You know how this works, right? You trying to steal from me? No, wait, no, you're stealing. If you take this before I count it, I'm being robbed. This man's robbing me. He's stealing from me. He's stealing my
For Jesus. Hi, is this your girlfriend?
Yeah.
How long have y'all been together?
A long time. Yeah.
Well, would you mind if I gave your boyfriend some head?
You mean hey?
Well, I think he's worked hard. You're a hard worker, aren't you?
And I'll whoop on you right now.
No, I really just want to give you some head. I'm gonna do it right now.
Oh, no. You can't give him no head at all.
Wait. Here. I have to give you some head. What? You don't want the head? Come on. Hey, what's your name?
Curry.
Curry? You want some head or something?
Some head?
Yeah.
Like head?
Like head.
Right now?
Right here, right now. I should probably follow you on IG first. What's your Instagram?
CURRY
BANDZ 43.
Yeah.
Okay.
But come on.
Oh, you want to go in here? I mean, I have been dirty. I guess Walketeria will be. It's hood. You want to? Head, right here, right here. No, come on. You said you wanted some head. Come get some head. Head for you. Head for you. Hey, what's your name?
Little Mac, what's up? What's your
Little
name?
Mac. My name is Brittany.
What's up?
Can I get your Instagram?
Yeah, it's CASHAPP,
KASH
dot
MA KK.
That's me, the first one.
Okay, I got it. So you kind of look like Travis Scott. I've always wanted to give Travis Scott some head. Like, do you mind if I give you some? Yeah. You want some head? Like right here, right now? Like out in the open, or like
right here behind this truck or something.
Behind this truck?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
What this is?
It's head. What? Hey, what's your name?
Haley, what's your name?
My name is Brittany. I like your hair.
Thank you. I like your nails.
Oh, thank you. Do you have like a boyfriend?
Yes, why?
Well, do you think he would mind if I like gave you some head, maybe?
Like head?
Like head.
Like eat me out? Not gay, but
head. Head. Yeah, it will head.
He probably wouldn't mind.
So you want
I wouldn't either.
Oh, sorry. I gotta get it out. You got some head.
What the fuck is this?
It's some head.
That's the head that you
wanted
to give me?
that back, Turbo.
Yeah, I'm quarantine clean, so relax. Got my pillows in my bins, made back. Just a hole, I got holes by the batch. Been up bros, whipping rolls, back that back. Had her toes by the tone, waist snatch. Money long in my soul, unmatched. I let her roll quickly, got her attached. And we done rose from the bottom of the map. We done rose from the bottom of the map. Yeah, I'm quarantine clean, so relax. Super clean, BB, I don't go to make us, I got million, yeah, come Chevy slamming, baby, yeah, wanna, diamond dancing, yeah, bonus, fucking up the winner, yeah, summer, shorty said she want a man, yeah, wanna, and she got that super, yeah, Honda, different in designer, yeah, no Timmy Turner, take a trip to Cabo, I make all of Maui. So we in the cloud, chillin' in the sky. I got more towel, did you put your towels? You there for that cloud, I make my money sprout. I'm fresher than a Dow. Yeah, I'm quarantine clean, so relax. Got my pillows in my bins, made back. Just a hole, I got holes by the batch. Been up bros, whipping rolls, back that back.
I just have one thing to say. Hang on here.
You about to lose that job. You about to lose that job. You about to lose that job. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. 'Cause you are taking me for nothing. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. 'Cause you are taking me for nothing.
Faith for you, for God to work in your family, and God will do it for you. Faith for you. God will cause supernatural miracles to happen for you. Such an hour as this, and God is using this thing.
One more time, oh baby, one more time, oh baby, one more time. One more time, oh baby, one more time, oh baby, one more time. Yeah, I know it's time to say goodnight. It's time to say goodbye. Give me one more kiss, babe, before we let it die. Baby, listen, baby, one more time. Oh, baby, one more time. Oh, baby, one more time. One more time. Yeah, oh, baby, one more time. Oh, baby, one more time. One more time, oh baby, one more
women in their 40s fuck differently from women in their 20s and 30s. It's a known fact. Okay? First of all, when you in your 20s and 30s, you fucking with a coochie. I don't care what you say. You fucking with a coochie. When you in your 40s, you fucking with a pussy. It's a difference. See, pussy don't come with problems. Coochie does. I'm gonna tell you right now, there's a big difference. Coochie like drama. Pussy don't. Pussy just like to be well taken care of. You know? Pussy don't give a fuck about what you've been doing all day. You just want to make sure that home is taken care of. That's what pussy do. And pussy likes to fuck. You give a fuck about how many times you've been out doing you all day long. Nigga, just come in here and still hit this shit. That's all pussy want. Cause I be out here doing me too. Coochie will exhaust the shit out of a nigga. Asking where he at, what he doing, when he gonna be back, how many bitches he fucking, who he fucking with, who's in his phone, who's on the line, let me see your shit. Coochie got too much time on his hands. You know? Pussy humble. You know what I'm saying? All pussy wants to do is just sit back, relax, chill, have a good life. That's all pussy want. Pussy ain't really worrying about too much drama. Pussy don't want drama. A nigga know how to take good care of her, that's all. That's all pussy worried about. Nigga, go to work, go do you. I don't give a fuck who you on the phone with. I don't give a fuck what you doing in your spare time. It's just, you know, when you get in my presence, I don't give a fuck. I just care about how you treat me. That's it. That's all pussy give a fuck about. Pussy don't give a fuck about other bitches. Pussy just give a fuck about how you treat her. You know what I'm saying? You good to her. You know what I'm saying? You good to the pussy good to you. You know, when you good to coochie start to say, why you so good to me? Coochie don't know how to take shit and appreciate it. You know? Coochie don't know when to shut the fuck up and count her fucking blessings.
Girl, when I break you off, I promise that you won't wanna get off.
Éntrese, Entre.
Let's see.
Games, man? Hey, I'm fucking somebody up. Hey! What the fuck is this?
shot wide as the deep man. This will kick out of the back of the end zone. Chip train him in the backfield. Here's Daniels, guns it to the sideline, and that is 9. 1st and 10 at the 36. And this is Daniels keeping it himself. He's very elusive. Hits the sideline. Down the sideline. Jake Daniels. How about the freshman from Akron, Ohio? Daniels, here's a screen. Darby didn't fool anybody. His old man was a terrific kicker in the NFL. This hit and goes in. 38-yard field goal with English for Chris. Will punt it away from his 30. Jack Jones, the deep man for Arizona State. He comes up the field and he missed it. Yes. SC has a football. Quincy Johnny with the recovery for Southern California. Watches the long snapper. He's going to run right by his shoulder right there. I think that just maybe distracted him thus a moment. Did he touch him? Amon-Ra St. Brown. First down. There it is. Lewis. Oh, see, did they have it? I think they came up with it. I think Evan Fields, number 4. Big call here. Here it is again. It slips right through, and ASU has a chance right there. It goes off the hands, and then the scrum ensues.
The ruling on the field is the ball was touched by the receiving team and recovered by the kicking team. First down.
USC has a football. Wow. First down. They'll hand it off. Malapaya downhill. And Vafai still going. 20-yard gain. Malapaya again. Malapaya. First down. Here's Slovis looking. Fires. It's out. Touchdown. Drake London. What a throw. He put it in a shoebox. And SC levels the game at 27 with 1:20 to go. Incredible. What a throw from Slovis. How about SC? Wow. 20. Daniels answer. First down and 10 of the 25. Off his back foot over the middle. And a first down plus. Daniels looking. Fires. Incomplete. And Arizona State turns it over on downs. USC 50 seconds away.
We just saw Ronald Jones. He is coming on in the running game behind this offensive line, and as well as Leonard Fournette. That competition has been good for them.
Second down and 8.
Them taking a shot right here is the formation they like to do it.
Second down and 6 off the play fake. Looking for Scotty Miller, and has Miller. Third down and 2. No running backs in the game for the Buccaneers. It's Cameron Brate in the slot. Giants get some pressure late, and it is completed, and it is. Bit of a low snap again. Brady will try to get out of there. Throw it on the run. Bit of an issue with that snap in the hold, and Shutup gets it through.
The skill position players, keep an eye on number 86, Darius Slayton. He is the home run hitter. Evan Ingram, one of the most talented tight ends in the NFL.
Second and 8, Jones throwing for the first time and complete to
That's a down situation right here. Critical.
It's like less than a yard. Fournette lowers the shoulder, won't get there. Everything looks good on that operation. Jones has time. Has not run for the big one tonight. Off his back foot is caught. And it's going to be enough for the first down. Darius Slate. Pressure picked up. Jones trying to take off for it on 2nd down and 15. He got very close. Here's Jones to throw for it, and it is caught.
Gave himself enough time to push it past the sticks.
From the Tampa Bay 29. Under a minute now. Jones throwing, and it is caught. 2nd and 10 from the 19. Jones for the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown. Golden Tate hauls it in. And the Giants are a 2-point conversion away from tying the game. Jones throwing for it, and it is knocked away. Dion Lewis and Antoine Winfield contact. There's a flag in the end zone.
Welcome to our sports segment we like to call Shutup and Dribble. Yes, the NBPA reps approved December 22nd start date for the 72-game regular season. I think the regular season is typically 84 games, right? Is it 72? I guess. But the National Basketball Players Association Board of Representatives voted Thursday night to approve a plan for a December 22nd start to the season that includes a reduced, I was right. I think it's typically 82 games, but now it's a reduced 72-game schedule, clearing the way for the league and union to finalize details on the 2020-21 season. The NBPA announced. The NBPA's Board of Player Representatives voted to approve the pre-Christmas start on a conference call with the NBPA Executive Director Michael Roberts, sources said. The NBA and the NBPA are planning to discuss the opening of free agency as quickly as possible after the November 18th NBA draft to accommodate player movement with such a short window to the opening of training camps on December 1st, sources said. So this is cool. I was wondering when that season was going to start, because the previous season ended right when this season is supposed to begin. So I'm like, dang, what they going to do? And I think that's plenty of time. I guess I'm pretty sure, LA and Miami, they're exhausted. You know what I mean? But it's basketball. It's not like football, where you need that recuperation time. Like I've been saying, the NFL is right on par with its schedule, but it's just the NBA is just trying to figure things out. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, after this season, everything's gonna go back to normal. Now with the 72-game season, that's stuck out to me because statistically, how will that affect some players? Some players are competing for against historic records. They're competing against historic records, and records that were typically in an 82-game season might not hold as much weight in a 72-game season. You know what I'm saying? There might just be an asterisk. Like they were suggesting an asterisk next to the bubble final NBA championship. I don't think that deserves an asterisk as much as a 72-game season does. You know what I'm saying? So whatever record you get in 72 games, or whatever season record you break in a 72-game season, I don't know. I think that deserves an asterisk. But yeah, I mean, I think what works is what works, and I think it would be dope to have an all-star game at the end of the season, sort of like what the NFL does, or right before the playoffs, sort of like what the NFL does. I think that'll be good. It's just to push back, and then to have the all-star game in better weather. You know what I'm saying? Because typically the all-star game is always mid-season in February, which sucks. Depending on what city you in. You know what I mean? So if we had all-star game in better weather, like that's better for the city. That's better for, the people of the city, as well as, the groupies and the hoes. Anyway, but yes, December 22nd. Let's get it popping. Just keep. I wonder if they're gonna bubble it though, or how are they gonna bubble it, or like are they just gonna do like, we're gonna travel like we've been traveling, and then we're just gonna bubble the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have no fans in the stands, or maybe everybody's 6 feet apart, and sell less tickets. Because remember when the pandemic started and we were talking about sports, I mentioned that they're either going to raise ticket prices, or they're going to sell less tickets and raise the price, to keep more space in between the seats. That way, and that way they can manage the COVID and all of that. But yeah, this pandemic shit is changing everything. I don't know what normal is going to be like as far as sports is concerned. So I'm just wondering how they're going to bubble it. You know what I'm saying? How they're going to bubble the NBA, because you can't bubble the NFL. Like I mentioned that a while back. You can't bubble the NFL, but if they're gonna bubble the NBA, I don't know how they're gonna do it for a whole season. You know what I'm saying? Because when the pandemic started, the NBA was like towards the back end of its season. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, damn, what are we gonna do? But let's get ready for the main course while we take a moment and a break to invest in the brand. Climbing Wall Street 2.0 builds upon its predecessor with a simple new strategy for stock trading that anyone can apply. This quick but priceless video tutorial imparts a key life-changing principle that will revolutionize your life and provide steady profits to your stock portfolio. Take the time to take the knowledge. Be financially disciplined and let this new strategy grow your portfolio.
Ha. Hey yo, P. Do that freaky jam on the beat. Shitty with that butter shit that bone feed. Did you tippy, did you double do that song sing? Flicky with some butter so that song sing. If you cheeky cheddar check, I get her own cheese. There's a chicken with that head or this bitch that won't be with the official with that whole sleeve. Like you see each other wish that with that long.
I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. You a badass bitch. It don't get swallowed in that fat ass bitch. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got racks to the ATM jam. Tell me what you wanna do. I got.
Welcome to our main course segment where we discuss life and love. So here's a scenario, guys. Let's say you're homeless, right? Let's say you're homeless. I'm not too detailed. I don't want to get too detailed. I don't want to too bogged down in the details. But just take this scenario as is. You're homeless, and then a wealthy person approaches you, says, choose one. A house, or B, a car. Right? Which do you choose? Think about it. I'm going to give you a second. Now, I want to talk about the two types of people, right? The two types of people. The people who would choose the house, and then the people who would choose the car. Is one better than the other? Let's talk about it. The house people. The people who chose the house, right? From my Facebook timeline, a lot of them, they chose it for stability. One of them quoted, "Housing and food are necessary for basic mental stability." Like, I like that. That is true. Now I'm gonna give you some context. Not necessarily to what sparked the question, but I guess you could say that. I don't know. I forgot what sparked the question, but I know for me personally, I've been homeless. I've been homeless on several occasions, more than I'm proud of. And depending on where you come from and what you've been through, some people don't consider sleeping in your car homeless because if you're homeless, you don't even have a car, right? But it is what it is. But I tend to wonder what are certain people's motivations for whatever situation that they're in. You know what I'm saying? I guess this is what sparked the idea of the question. You know what I mean? Because I remember, I remember there was a time. I remember a brief time where I had, I think my car was in the shop. You know what I mean? And I still had to get to work. Like, how was I going to do that? I had an apartment, but I couldn't afford furniture. You know what I mean? I remember going through something like that, but I still had a car. But then most of the times I've been homeless, I've always had a car. I've always been able to sleep in my car. And so yeah, I've dealt with that. You know what I mean? Like I've struggled a lot for a long time. You know what I mean? So this question kind of hits home. It hit home for me, but then it also hit home for a lot of other people too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the people commenting was like, they were going real in depth. I was like, God damn, like, it's hypothetical, chill out. You know what I mean? But, I remember those times, like, sleeping in your car is a very scary thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's scary enough for you to just be chilling on a regular day and have somebody run up on you in your car, right? Imagine, trying to sleep in your car as if it was your home and relax. And on and then having somebody run up on you in your car in your now mobile home. You know what I'm saying? Like that's scary. It's scary. It is what it is. So sleeping in your car is something to think about. Mental stability. I remember when I was sleeping in my car, like I was always on edge. You know what I'm saying? Because of that unsuspecting unknown, that fear of the unknown. I was always on edge. I would always make sure that wherever I was parked, it was always a safe place. And not so much somebody running up on you, but just somebody finding you like, yo, bruh, knocking on your window like, bruh. That was always a sketchy situation. You know what I mean? So like your animal instinct, when you homeless, your animal instincts really, really kick in. That's why it's so understandable why animals in the wild act the way they do, you know what I'm saying? Because it's the wild. It is what it is. So having a house does provide some sort of mental stability. And then it provides security and a sense of independence, as well as good hygiene. Now, thank God for Planet Fitness. Because my Planet Fitness membership got me through a lot of dark days. You know what I'm saying? It kept me in shape and smelling fresh because they had showers. Like it was a win-win. You know what I mean? I really appreciated that about Planet Fitness. Thank you so much. But having a house does provide some hygiene. Now, there's some catches to all of that. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna get into it per the comments that I received on my timeline. So I would propose like, so you were homeless, now you have a house. How would you get around? Some people, said, okay, I would use public transportation. Okay, what if you didn't live in a city with what if you lived in a city that didn't have a lot of public transportation? And they were like, well, public Ubers and bikes, they'd probably get a bike or something. A lot of people said that they would take the house and then rent it out for income. But then some would say that was too slow. And then one quoted, which is crazy to me because they wasn't getting any income or not getting enough, and then they're homeless, and now with the house you solve both. And that's a good point. That's a good point. You know what I mean? And when I say getting around, what I really mean is, how you gonna get to work? How you gonna get the working back? I think there's an age-old argument: is public transportation what's more expensive, a Uber or a car? You know what I'm saying? You could debate that. I always feel for the people that I see when I go grocery shopping, standing at the bus stop with all of their groceries. I'm talking about their groceries for the next week or month or so. You know what I mean? And then they're getting on public transportation like that hurts me. You know what I mean? And I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through that. Having an address gives you public assistance and food stamps. You know what I'm saying? That's what some people said, which is reasonable. You're having a physical address. One quoted, "If I get a car, I won't have no gas money to drive it." So that's why they'd rather get a house. You could get gas money, man. Come on, you got some hustle in you. You know. One said they'll get a house. They said they borrow against it. They borrow against the fully paid house, then use that to buy a cash car and get 2 roommates and let their income cover the loan payments on the car, and invest in some crypto and start a business. Okay, cool. Like, see, there you go. Like, there's a lot of hustle to these folks. You know what I'm saying? On both sides, the house people and the car people. I love it. Now, here's the car people now. Here's what the car people said. The car people said, quote, "If I was to get a car, I would Uber to make money to go towards getting a place." You know what I'm saying? Which is dope. But now if you living out of your car, like you got your, like, how you gonna Uber that? Like that, how professional is that gonna look? You know what I mean? Like, how many stars you gonna get? You know what I'm saying? Uber in the car that you sleeping in. Like, you know, that's a little awkward. The car people said that, you know, having a car, that's shelter, mobility, savings, and a reminder. And I said, a reminder? What you mean a reminder? And this is what they said. They said, quote, it reminds them of what the bigger goals are and where I wouldn't like to be in the end. So I guess she meant to say a motivator. You know, and that's true. I'm gonna get into both of these people. I'd go with the car so I can get a damn job. That's the thing. When I slept in my car, that's what really, really kept me afloat. That's what kept me afloat, being able to get to work. You know, now I had a situation where I would lay my head at, you know what I'm saying? And if I couldn't lay my head there, then I would sleep in my car. But just the fact that I had a car and I could get to work, and even so, I lived like 45 minutes from my job, you know what I'm saying? And 45 minutes, I don't know, every day, like to and from, that's a long ride. For me, at least. I don't like long drives. That's just me. I don't like the long drives. And yeah, so it was kind of a pain in the ass. But I made it. You know, I made my way and I did what I had to do, and I really crawled out the mud from having a car and being able to get to work. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that sat very well with me. Yeah, using the job money to rent a home and furnish it. That's exactly what I did. Rental income. Now, here's what the car people had to say about using a house to rent out for income. With the assumption that I need money immediately and I don't have money to do any repairs, I'm gonna go with the car. Most homes need repairs and take time to rent out. A car puts me in a more immediate position to get money. You know what I mean? Quote, I'm not gonna die of starvation or freeze to death in an empty home waiting on someone to rent it. I'd be homeless again when renters come, and I can at least sleep in my car. And then they says, it's not a good option because as the landlord, if something goes wrong, you will have to pay a professional to fix it. So they're worried about having capital on hand. They're worried about capital expenses, the lack thereof capital expenses when it comes to getting a home. Whereas to getting a car, you know, they can still come and go as they please and do what they need to do and get a job and still get income. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's dope. Yeah. Now, which one am I? You know, I would be a car person. But in 2020, you know, actually physically going, if I'm already homeless and, you know, broke is a joke, having a house is so much more, you know, comforting. You know what I mean? At this point in my life and everything that I've been through, if I had to do it all over again and a hypothetical scenario like that came along, I would go for the house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm homeless. You know what I'm saying? I'm starving. I'm broke or whatever. But if I could, I'll rate, you know, what's another day to me when I can rent the house out, or rent out a room, to somebody? What's another day? What's another day of being broke and hungry? As long as at least I got a roof over my head, you know what I'm saying? One of my psychological needs is met. I can't see myself sleeping in a car again. I can't do it again. Oh, I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. What I was really getting at here, I think what the crux or the core of what I was asking was, what type of financial manager are you? What kind of hustler are you? That's really what I'm getting at. What kind of hustler are you? I think, and like I said, none of these people are better than the other. I just think that whatever type of person you are is the type of situation you flourish in. That's what I really look forward to. You know what I'm saying? What situation are you best fit for? What kind of Darwinian situation can you flourish in? And I think that the people who selected the house, they're a lot more tempered and patient, and they're averse to risk taking. You know what I'm saying? Because sleeping out of your car is very risky. It's very, it's very, it's dangerous. It's what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, it's just you just putting yourself out there a lot. You know what I'm saying? And you're taking on a lot of risks. Yeah, so house people are averse to risk taking, and they have a broader financial knowledge. You know what I'm saying? If I was more stout in real estate, in the knowledge of real estate, I'd probably be more inclined to want a house as opposed to a car in that scenario, in that hypothetical scenario. You know what I mean? I like stock investing. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? That's my bread and butter. That's my shtick. Stock investing. Real estate is for some other people. If it works for you, it works. But I feel like people who invest in real estate do have, because real estate is a world in and of itself. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're a real estate investor or just an agent or a realtor, it's a whole nother world. And I think people who are familiar with that world, or somewhat have a little bit of knowledge of that world, have a much more broader financial knowledge than most people do. You know what I'm saying? So I think those are the house people. But the car people, to me, are the real hardcore entrepreneurs. Those are the people who know how to make something out of nothing. And I consider myself to be a car person. I make something out of nothing. They're risk takers, they're courageous, and they're determined. It takes determination to sleep in your car and go somewhere to take showers, to get up and then go to work every day and stack your bread up to go get a house or an apartment. You know what I'm saying? That takes a lot of determination, because the whole time your back is against the wall. Because I don't think anybody who sleeps in their car really wants to sleep in their car. You know what I'm saying? You don't mind sleeping in the house, but you do mind sleeping in the car, don't you? Come on now. You know what I mean? So it does take a lot of determination, and it takes a lot of hustle. So yeah, give me the car people any day. Give me the car people, because I guarantee you, if you give them the house, yeah, they're gonna flip it and make rental income and all of that. They're gonna do everything. You know what I mean? So in my personal opinion, I don't think one is better than the other, objectively, generally, because like I said, some flourish in better situations than others. But give me the car people. I want the car people. Give me the people that would select the car all day long. You know what I'm saying? I'll take them. That concludes our show. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. And if you appreciate the show, go ahead and show it in CASHAPP at $prosperityullc. We would like to thank you for tuning into Prosperity ULLC and continue to invest in the brand.